भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया।
योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram, Rama 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 Ram. Om Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत We have been extremely fortunate to be able to gather here in this powerful shrine and to sing His powerful name. Nama Sankirtan. We know it is no small grace, and in adoration and celebration of this grace, in deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. And for the rest of the day, we shall continue to offer the Seva lotuses as well. And what do I mean? Whatever actions, whatever karma falls into our hand, we shall do it in the spirit of service to our Bhagavan and offer them as Seva lotuses. This is a tremendous puja. And this is the fruit of our life, life's purpose. Now we shall see a story from the Purana which has a great value for all of us, especially sadhaks. There was a Maharishi by name Vasishta. People may know about Yoga Vasishta. So the one who gave us this great work, Yoga Vasishta, he was in a very high state of being. And one day he was teaching his students to do a lot of japa and seva. And then he was saying that nothing like the japa, nothing like seva, that if we can do it in the spirit of an instrument in the hands of God, that none of us are capable of any thought or word or action, that we have all been activated into this thinking and talking and doing by the Supreme inside, the indweller. Now at the time, Rishi Vishwamitra arrived there. There is a story between the two, that Vishwamitra was thousands of years before was a king, a very powerful king with a huge army. But then when he landed with his huge army at the doorstep of Vasishta Maharishi, Maharishi had a cow, a Kamadhenu. It's called Nandini. And with the help of Nandini, it was a wish-fulfilling cow. So Vasishta was able to feed, give all the comforts to the king and his army and feed them all sumptuously. Now when this king came to know about this Nandini, he wanted to possess it. So he was begging Vasishta to hand over that because he was a king. But Vasishta refused, for Nandini took refuge. Nandini refused to go with the king. So when the army attacked the whole ashram, of course Vasishta had only his disciple, no army or anything, but then he had the power to create an army, was able to fight the king and defeat him also. These great rishis have the power of God, but they would not use it generally But if necessary, if there is a need, then the power would automatically work. Now, from then on, the king understood that Vasishtha was in a very high state of power and that he wanted to reach that level. So he went into tapas for thousands of years. And finally he achieved a particular state where he was called Rajarishi. Whereas Vasishtha was Brahmarishi. He was in a highest state. Whereas Vishwamitra, after years of tapas, he could only reach that state called Rajarishi. That he was a king, there was something of a king still in him. But still the tapas was no ordinary tapas, and so he had reached a certain level of advancement. Now this Rajarishi Vishwamitra landed at the doorstep of Vasishtha once again, and Vasishtha was teaching his students to pursue this sadhana of japa, ceaseless japa, and seva as an instrument in the hands of God. Now, Vishwamitra was been in meditation for so long, immediately objected to his teaching. He said, "What are you talking? Why are you teaching this elementary japa and seva? They're elementary. Let us teach them meditation. Meditation is a higher sadhana. Teach them meditation." And then he went on to prove, he went on to convince Vasishtha Maharishi and the students there that meditation is something very, very special and a higher sadhana, and all the people should start straight away in meditation. Now this became a bone of contention between Vasishtha Maharishi and Vishwamitra. Now, they decided they would go to a higher being and ask which was the best sadhana, just the japa and the seva in utter humility as an instrument in the hands of the divine, or just practicing meditation. They went to Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu smiled even as they approached. He wanted to escape because both were great people, and of course Vasishtha was the greatest of the two. And so he pointed to Adisesha. Adisesha is the bed, the snake bed of Mahavishnu. And Adisesha is the one who bears the weight of the whole earth on his hood. This is the Puranic story. According to the story, this earth is being borne by Adisesha, the snake bed. Is Nagaraja, and it is he. He is invisible to us. We can only see the earth. But the whole weight of the earth is borne by the hood of this Adisesha. So these two rishis went to Adisesha. Please tell us which of the two is the best sadhana. Adisesha said, "Can't you see? I'm carrying a huge weight on my hood. I am under this weight all the time. It's pressing me down. If any of you can carry it on your head even for a minute, I will be able to give you the judgment." Vishwamitra said, "What is it? It's only the weight of the earth. I can easily bear it. I had the power to create the whole world. The three worlds are there. the underworld, and then this earth, the world that we all are familiar with, and there is a world above. Vishwamitra at one time, the Puranic story, was capable of creating all the three. So he said, I have the power to create. By my tapas I have attained this great power. So this, carrying the weight of the earth, is nothing for me. Give it to me. I shall hold it on my head. And then Adisesha very happily handed it over to Vishwamitra. As soon as the earth came down on the head of Vishwamitra, the weight was so much that Vishwamitra nearly lost his consciousness. It was pressing down too much. He was unable to bear the pain. He thought he was going to break down completely and lose his life. And then we began to wonder how Adisesha could bear such a weight all the time. And then he screamed, he said, my dear Adisesha, I'm not able to bear it. Please take it back. Then Adisesha asked the other Maharishi, Vasishta, Swami, will you be able to hold it for a minute so that I can think about your problem and pass on the judgment? Vasishta immediately folded his hands in utter humility and said, I don't exist. O God, you alone exist. It's you who are working through me all the time. My thinking, my words, and my deeds all are being done by you. And if it is the truth that you have been doing it through me all the while, that I never exist at all, you please bear this weight. And then he took the earth on his head. All the time, thinking that it was God who was bearing the weight and he did not exist at all. And it was so easy for him, the earth happily sat on his head. This Bhumadi was very happy to sit on his head and very comfortably at that. Because it was God's power that was invoked. Vasishta did not think even for a second that he was doing it. He was invoking the presence of God, who was doing everything through him, the very seeing with the eyes, the hearing with the ears, the breathing with the nose, and the words of the mouth. The whole being was being run by the divine. And so it was God's power that acted, and bearing the weight of the earth was easy for him, was not difficult at all. Now Vishwamitra looked at all this, and Adisesha said, Vishwamitra Maharishi, you can see for yourself who is the greatest among the two of you. Then Vishwamitra said, where did I fail? I have also done hard tapas and for thousands of years, completely cut off from the world. How could I not have the power to bear this weight, which he so easily does? Adisesha said, because the feeling that I am doing it is absent in Vasishta. He knows the truth. He knows that it is the divine, it is the supreme divinity that is doing everything, that he doesn't exist at all as a person. Whereas, even when you go into hard meditation, focusing, concentration, you are still aware that you are doing it. You keep on saying, I have done the tapas. I am doing the meditation. So this has defeated you because this is not the right attitude. This is not the truth. So it is the power of truth that is acting through Vasishta. Whereas it's a lie if you say that you are meditating. You don't exist at all except as an instrument in the hands of God. Acknowledge this, and then you will see the power of God. So let us all learn from this story that it's very important, whatever sadhana we do, we must have the humility to know that everything is being done by the divine inside, that we are only instruments in the hands of God. I remember in Sudama, the first time I started to spend the whole night in japa, which was very, very difficult for me. I kept falling asleep, but then I fought it bravely and continued the whole night. And at about 4 o'clock, when Swami came and sat there in his seat, I rushed to him jubilantly to say, Swami, I have completed 20,000 namas the whole night. I did not have a wink of sleep. I tried so hard and succeeded. Here I was expecting all appreciation from Swami, but to my horror and dismay, all that Bhagavan did was gesture in such a way that it was no use. It's no use that you have kept awake the whole night and done this 20,000 namas. It's no use, Devki, it's no use. You can imagine how shocked I was. I felt terrible after the whole night's hard work. This was the certificate I was getting from my master. And then Bhagavan said, Devki, you said you were doing the japa. Can you do it? It's my father who made you do it. But for his grace, but for his power, you could not do a thing. Acknowledge that by Father's grace, I was able to do it. It's Father who did this tapas through me. If you say that you have been doing the japa, then it's all a waste. Now we should offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again, for that's all we can do. Even that is being done by you through us. For in truth, none of us exist at all. Like Bhagavan said, my Father alone exists. There is nothing else, no one else. And Ramana Bhagavan said, there is only the self, there are no others. We beg you a million times for your immediate divine intervention to change the attitude of the whole world, for the world is full of violence today. So much misunderstanding, so much enmity between people and people, between man and man. And there is so much violence. It's frightening and sickening. We beg you, Bhagavan, you are the cosmic controller, to bring in peace, unity, discipline and control and harmony into the lives of people, so that people would live a dharmic life with remembrance of God, the remembrance of His name. We also beg you to stop these wars, the violent wars that are going on with disastrous effects. Only you can stop it. so that peace be prevalent. We also beg you, Bhagavan, to bless the whole world so that there is no thought of war at all in the minds of people among the countries of the world. We also pray to you to keep under control those sudden attacks of those terrible diseases and the violent furies of nature like the one we just saw in Chennai, flooding the whole city, the deluge, and of course those devastating accidents. And Bhagavan, above all this, we beg you to uproot all the negativities of the human mind, all the asuric thoughts which are responsible for today's world of violence. Whichever country people belong to, whatever religion they have embraced, everyone has to go through the punishment of their past bad karmas sometime or the other, agonized over that without help or protection. For the law of karma is relentless, precise and unsparing. It does not spare even the avatars. For this is divine justice. Nothing can escape the attention of the divine, and it cannot be bought with money or power. But then, even above this is the costless grace of the divine. So let's appeal to the compassion and generosity of the divine. Bhagavan, please reach out to all those people all over the world who are suffering from some adversity or the other without help or protection. We also beg you to protect those unselfish people who have been working hard for the welfare of the others from what? From unnecessary, unworthy, unhealthy criticisms and aspersion. We also beg you to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity so that India would reach that great status of the world teacher to conduct the whole world in the path of dharma as predicted by the great ones over the years. We also pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless and joyful chanting of your powerful name and unbroken remembrance of your leelas and teachings so that we assimilate and convert it into Atma Shakti. Please bless us all to be only sattvic instruments in your hands and not rakshasic. And bless our everyday life so that we run it as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We also seek that ultimate state of being, the state of bliss and peace, the state of pure awareness of yours. But then our minds have to be purified for that. Right now, the mind is full of those residual latent tendencies of the past karma and worldly desires. So what happens? There are sudden attacks of vicious fear, insecurity, and anger like poison, and fiery words of abuse, and jealousy, vengeance, passion, and sorrow. Bhagavan, we beg you that we don't land in depression and medicine by comparing ourselves with other people, no matter how many blessings we already possess. We catch hold of something that we lack in, and we grumble, and finally land in depression. But then you have said the divine name is a very powerful weapon, and it can destroy all our sins. And also the vasanas of the mind, the tendencies of the mind, that the Nama can purify us completely. We take refuge in your powerful name and seek your blessings for our early purification. Wherever we live in this world, whatever work falls into our hand, we know it's all your work, and we should be able to do it as service to you, and that joyfully, without any unhealthy competition or jealousy, so that every one of our actions be converted into Atma Shakti. Please bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or grief. It's coming from you by your will, and it's based upon our karmic account. But then you are there, it is your will that's reaching out, and therefore every adversity, every suffering that we get in life is a definite blessing. It's God who is running every detail of everybody's life, and it happens spontaneously. If only we recognize this fundamental truth of life, we would just let go every condition of the mind and be free from all thoughts. Bhagavan often said, whatever happens at any moment is the best that can happen to us at that moment, for it's being done by God. None of us truly exist. It is the divine plan which is at work all the time. And so let us learn to look upon every adversity as a definite blessing from God, meant for our spiritual transformation, for our closer kinship with God. So what happens when you look upon a suffering as a great blessing? It will soon reveal how it is a blessing to you, and every adversity will end up in higher wisdom. And as this higher wisdom takes root in your heart, God's power begins to reflect it. Bhagavan, we beg you to bless us all to be grateful to you all the time, despite all the sufferings of life. We seek your powerful blessings for all the species of the cosmos, so that they be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we seek liberation, redemption from the vicious cycle of births and deaths, the root cause of which is aham-bhava, our identification with the body, the utter selfishness of I and mine that rule all our lives, the tyranny of the ego. We beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot this aham-bhava and promote atma-bhava, so that we all be blessed with that immortal life, that eternal living in merger with you, or eternal servitude in surrender to you, that supreme, eternal divinity. Jai Yogi Ram Surat Kumar.